Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yusuf Tana Tiparaka with student number 20523005. Today, I would like to presenting my PPT. Last week, we worked this PPT that contains material to teach about English for students. And here my topic is cultural nuances in spoken language. This is actually a university level of English lesson. This is included in a grammar in spoken text, but I think it's practical if one of us bring this into this task. Okay, for the first topic is what are cultural nuances in language. The definition of cultural nuances in language is cultural nuances refer to subtle differences in how people speak, understand, and respond in spoken communication, influenced by their cultural background, and these include intonation, facial expression, and word choice, and social norms in conversation. For example, how people greet stranger in English versus Japanese culture. There are some differences that make it different each other. And the second examples, how people politely refuse requests in the US between US versus South Korea. That is the examples. Next, we have the role of context in communication. Of course, context affect communication so much because with context we could understand some information that not displayed in the communication, or that not being speak in the communication. There are two types of a country that use context. The one is high context culture, and the second one is low context culture. And here is the difference between high context culture language versus low context culture language. High context culture oftenly use implicit communication, relying on the situation and social relationship, and then they also use body language and tone. That is very crucial because it could represent your meaning in while you speaking to others. And for the example is like Japan, China, Arab, and other Arab countries. There are those are some regionals that use high context culture language, and the second one is low context culture language. They oftenly use explicit and direct communication, so what you want to say is you just to say it loud. Then, of course, because of that, words carry most of the meaning. So uh, how long the mean of your speak. Okay, sorry. So the meaning of what you say is rely on words that you choose to explain or express the message. For the example is USA, Germany, and Scandinavia countries. The impact on English learner is high context culture may struggles with direct communication, while low context culture may miss indirect implications. Of course, these two role of context in communication have they have like weak point, and this weak point of course will become problem into English learner. And next, Hofstede's cultural dimension. There are cultural dimensions that influence spoken communication. First dimension is individualism versus collectivism. Individualism is like they are open conversation types, and they are I focused. So when they talk, they usually use words I or something that represent me or himself or herself. And collectivism, they decide to avoid conflicts, so they use we focus. With this we focus, they create some polite atmosphere while they doing communication. And the second dimension is power distance. High power distance, more formal speech with authority, example in Mexico and Saudi Arabia. And then there are low power distance, more egalitarian speech, example Denmark and USA. And the next we have how does culture affect speaking styles. Of course, this culture affects speaking styles because each culture have their own uniques. So each cultures also have their own language. It makes a difference between one culture and other culture, especially in speaking aspect. Language aspect. The first is about greetings. In English, they usually use hi, how are you, to greetings into someone or maybe strangers. And these types of greetings doesn't always require a detailed answers. While in the French, they usually cheek kissing even with stranger. That is the difference. And then while making requests, American English would say, can you pass the salt? While Japanese people, they would choose to say sumimasen if you don't mind. This is very polite and indirect. For your information, sumimasen is like excuse me in English. So they choose to use very polite and indirect words while making requests to others. And while refusing requests, the US would say no, or sorry, or I can't. But in high context culture like Korean, they avoid direct refusal and use indirect expressions. So instead of they talk it louder, they just to using indirect expression to refusing requests. And then we have nonverbal communication across cultures. This means that some nonverbal communications might have another meaning between one country with the other country. The example is thumbs up. Thumbs up means positive in the US, but this nonverbal communication means offensive in the Middle East. And then bowing. Bowing is this is a way how Japanese represent their respect to the others. And the next we have there are also facial expressions. Some cultures are highly expressive, for the examples like Italy and Spain, but the others are more reserved, for the example like Japan and Finland. And the next nonverbal communication is personal space. Latin cultures are comfortable with close contact, while Scandinavian cultures value personal space. Next, we have misunderstanding in cross-cultural communication. Of course, you in some country with some culture, there are some difference in language aspect between that culture countries with your country's culture. Sorry, I should speak it as country culture. For the example is yes doesn't always mean agreement. In the Japan's, yes can mean I hear you, not necessarily I agree. Like the USA, yes explicitly means agreement. And the next example is silence in conversation. In US, while you use silence in conversation, it can signal disagreement or confusion, while in Finland, it may mean reflection or politeness. The next example is humor and sarcasm. In the UK, humor is often sarcastic, while in Germany it's more literal, so sarcasm may be misunderstood. So when they are going to do some sarcastic, they would choose more literal way to avoid misunderstanding each other. They maybe have good huge impact maybe. And next, there are challenges for English learners. Of course, besides all of this It produces some challenges for English learners while they try to learn language with different culture. The first is understanding implicit meanings in conversation. And the second is using language that aligns with cultural norms, and the third is adapting to different intonation and nonverbal cues. And of course, we have solutions too. There are three solutions based on the previous challenges. The first is learning cross-cultural communication strategies. You could watch maybe YouTuber from another country with another culture to learn how they speak or communicate with others. You can also watch maybe like film or cartoon that represent some culture from some countries. Okay, we go to the next solution. The second solution is practicing pragmatics in English conversation. Of course, practicing pragmatics is important too, because with this practice you would know how about pragmatics in English conversation. Of course, through this cultural wall. And the third solution is engaging with native speakers through media or interaction. This is what I said earlier. If you don't have any chance to engage with native speakers, you could engage with them in through media social, or just what I said earlier, maybe in the film or cartoon or game, maybe that would be some solutions too. Next, we have strategies to overcome cultural difference. The first, develop cultural awareness. Read and watch content from different cultures. Second, practice pragmatic. Use role play or simulation. And the third, contextual learning. Engage with authentic media like films, podcasts, and news. So this is like strategies how could you gain the solutions of the previous challenge. This is the way you have to do while you want to get the solutions from those challenges. Okay, well, we already arrive in finish start, so that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.